It's raining, it's 6 a.m. I'm on my phone because I want to look at what I talk about now, and it's Thursday, the day after the Mcgrath drama. The world is kind of cleaning up. No, just kidding. It's never going to be cleaned. If you are not aware, the Mothership 11 has landed on Earth, and people are going crazy about that. So I want to talk about what I think about the palette now, just a short rant, and then I want to talk about what is currently happening with the brand and the lack of human kindness is just disturbing to me. So let's tackle that. So I just switched over to the side so I can show you the video that Pat Mcgrath posted yesterday, where it was all about the new palette. So first of all, she's coming out with a new palette and also with a matching primer. So I do have the Intensifies, the stick that I hate, so I will try the primer too. You see, this palette is what we thought already it is. It's pinks and golds and mauve, and that's weird. Let me just also show you the photos. So first of all, the new Mothership is called Mothership 11 Moonlit Seduction, and let me just read you what it says on the website. Mothership 11 Sunlit Seduction tempts you to venture into new realms, R-E-A-L-M-S, of makeup artistry with a solar-infused spectrum of seductive shades and versatile finishes, from the gentle allure of floral mattes and blush-toned pinks to the captivating essence of burgundy orchids. This palette caters to looks that range from casually chic to sensually subversive. And then some blah 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 about easy application and standout shades and like molten crimson ruby and sparkling platinum mauve plum. That's a whole bunch of description for a pink palette. So let's take a look at the swatches the brand posted, and I have to say that the 4 special shades in the palette, Astral Pink Fetish, Astral Amethyst Allure, Blitz Crimson Ecstasy, and Astral Gilded Aura, they look awesome. Nothing I don't have already in the collection, but they look quite nice. The thing is, these are not baked. So I just pulled out Mothership 8 to show you what I mean. These are the 4 special shades in the palette, and they are in a baked texture. That means the shadow is not pressed, it's baked on high heat. This is Mothership 10. These are also the 4 special shades, and these are not baked. These are pressed, and you see it in the texture. 2 or at least 3 of this quad in the palette was baked. So on this side is Mothership 8 and this is Mothership 10. You see the difference in the texture. Oh my god, these are so heavy to hold up. But you can truly see the difference in the whole texture. It feels different when you touch them, because the baked formula is like when you touch it, you have to break the seal somehow to get the most amazing eyeshadow quality. And for whatever reason, we're not getting that anymore. And that was one of the biggest critique I saw last year when Mothership 10 was released, that we are missing the baked fucking shades. Not that the pressed formula is not good. Like, don't get me wrong, it is good. They look awesome, even though Mothership 10 is not my favorite. But it's just different, and we want to have the special quality in the baked shadows. So what am I going to do with this Mothership that is basically a pink palette all over? And let's be honest, the mattes, they look exactly like everything else we already had, and I'm 100% sure that all 3 of at least the matte shades we already had in the palette, and she's just renamed them, and that makes me a bit angry, to be honest, because this will retail for €116, and I think it's $128. That's a lot of money for a tan pan palette, even though that means $11.60 for a shade, which is not a lot again, but still, people are spending their hard-earned money on that. I saw some comments on Instagram where like, why are you crying? You wished for a Barbie palette, now you have a Barbie palette, and I have to kind of agree, because this is a Barbie palette. This is Mothership Barbie, like, let's be honest. The name, also not very creative, like after Moonlit Seduction we have Sunlit Seduction. Personally, what I expected was a Mothership that had 6 pans of the usual pink mauves and maybe a little bit of a gold. And then we have the 4 special shades, and I expected, honestly, a green, a very, very warm khaki-ish green, a yellow chartreusey color, a very multi-dimensional brownish shade, but tending to something very, very warm, and the Blitz Astro shade, yeah, something sparkly as usual. Why did I think this? Because this is the theme of this year. This is the summer theme. Look at Nomad, the the latest palette they brought out with a safari theme. Natasha Denona Yaka has a very similar theme. This is like the big, we count Nomad in as a big brand. It's a big indie brand, let's be honest. But they kind of set the tone. These were the first like bigger summer releases, let's just say that. I mean, there are thousands of summer releases, but these were like the ones that I personally got the most info about. And especially with Natasha Denona, I feel like whenever she brings out the new MIDI palette, that's the tone for the season. Last year, pastel palette in spring, every brand came out with a pastel palette. Retro palette, everybody came out with a retro palette. Retro glam last fall or winter, was it this year? Completely lost the sense of time, but everyone started bringing out those muted green pink palettes. And this time I really thought, okay, we're getting something more in the artistry area, like getting back to the roots of Mothership, even though I don't own Mothership 1, 2, 3, and 4. I feel like the artistry behind those palettes was just something more different. And Mothership 6, we can even call artistry, I mean the blue, fantastic. Mothership 5, I love with these fiery red things. And this palette is a combination of Mothership 7, 8, and 9. That's basically what this is. This is a summary. If you don't have 6, if you don't have 7, 8, and 9, that's just the summary of all three palettes. And now let's talk about the shady things. My friend Jen from Jen's Beauty Nest, she commented in a, in my opinion, polite way that she's a bit disappointed, or like very disappointed in the color story, because the customer are craving something else. We as customer, and I'm talking now for every customer, I think like 80% of the customers, they are fed up with pinks and golds from Mcgrath. There are 20% left, in my opinion, that are not fed up, that are really excited about this color story. Totally get it. But you could also get one of the other 10 motherships to get that. And those 80% are asking for something else. We are asking for Pat Mcgrath to do something more artistic. I mean, she's an incredible makeup artist. She's known for incredible looks that she does, for this more soft and feminine, but yet editorial vibes that she's doing. And I love her looks on the shows. She is such an incredible artist in that whole industry that it's just a pleasure to watch her creating looks and to think through looks. And by the way, it's raining outside, so I love that, so that's why the window's again open. But with the brand, she's going in such a safe space that it makes me sick to the stomach. Do you really have to have this, like this small portion of the makeup world? Do you really need to sit on that 10 fucking hues of pink? Branch out. There are millions of colors to think of. There are millions of combinations to create multi and duochromes. Personally, I would even pay €200 for a Pat Mcgrath 10-pen mothership that has only her baked special shades in them. I would pay that because I love these, because I love the dimension that they have. But she's ignoring us. She's ignoring the wishes of the customers, and even worse, circle back to Jen. Jen commented 2 times on the Pat Mcgrath video. I think it was the release post or something like that. The video or photo, I'm not too sure, but I think it was the video. How she's like disappointed in how the brand is ignoring the customer wishes, and that we are not wanting pinks and golds again. Deleted. Then she posted a second comment addressing why did you delete the first comment? Deleted. And now I just strolled through Instagram, and some of those people who are criticizing the brand are even blocked on Instagram. We all should be aware of the fact that the one who's blocking the people is not Pat Mcgrath. She's not sitting behind that social media account 100%, the social media team. But since she is standing in for the brand with her name, she should be held accountable for that. Why is your brand doing such shady things? I don't understand that. The brand Pat McGrath, in my opinion, has a standing in the whole makeup world, in the whole industry, that is like so secure. You don't have to be afraid of criticism. You don't have to be afraid of critical comments. Why are you lacking that confidence? Because you can be confident. You can, you know what? If Pat McGrath Labs, the brand, was a person, and every other makeup brand was a person too, and they all are in a room talking to each other, Pat McGrath Labs would be the brand that would go like this through every single brand, because the products they have are bomb, they're fire, they are setting new standards. This behavior, this is destroying this. So I will pick it up for science, expect videos as soon as it launches. I will pick up the palette and the lid primer, because I love a good lid primer. And what I'm planning to do is, of course, looks, and I will definitely do deep dive comparisons between the new Mothership 11 and 5 to 10. The other 4 I don't have. If I wouldn't do this now online on YouTube, I would not have picked this up. Let me just say that. If there was not my personal interest in providing the few people that at the moment watch me, and I'm very thankful for that, providing them with info, I would not have bought this. Or I would not have planned to buy this. It will be kind of hard to do a unbiased review, to be honest, because the fact of the comment deleting is influencing me and my opinion. So let me tell you what you think, and until that, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.